Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Web3 Waale. Today, we will be talking about Droid Capital NFT as part of the Solana NFT series. So we will talk about what is Droid Capital and, should you be considering buying a Droid Capital NFT? So without further ado, let's dive into details. So before we get to know what Droid Capital NFT does, let's first understand what is venture capital. Venture capitalists typically aim to invest in early stage startups so that they are able to take advantage of high growth disruptive startups. So venture capital's philosophy is that they invest in about 10 startups or multiple startups in the hope that one among those multiple startups becomes successful and eventually becomes a unicorn. So when a startup becomes a unicorn, the venture capital typically tends to earn 100 times their investment. So that is the concept behind venture capital. And venture capital is only open to people with high net worth and institutional investors who have large sums of money under their management. So, with that being said, let's understand what is the problem that Droid Capital NFT aims to solve. So, what's Droid Capital? Droid Capital NFT is a NFT collection on Solana. So the NFT collection, Droid Capital NFT, aims to democratize investment into high growth disruptive startups to retail. So unlike the traditional market where the path for investing into high growth startups is restricted to high net worth individual and institutional investors, Droid Capital NFT aims to democratize it and have retail people also enjoy the benefits of investing in high growth disruptive startups. Eh, the other advantage is that the Droid Capital NFT holders would also be able to invest privately. So Droid Capital NFT aims to invest Droid DAOs funds into high growth startups. In addition to that, Droid Capital NFT collection also gives access to holders so that they can invest privately. So if you are a high net worth individual, or if you are interested in investing in startups but you do not have access to the startups, so Droid Capital NFT gives you an avenue to know which are these startups, and you also get the benefit of having many people vetting the idea. So in case if Droid Capital NFT as a community decides to invest in a startup, you could also go ahead and invest privately from your funds, and that is going to help in you get two advantages. One is that you get the advantage of a community doing all the background research, and you get the benefit of their judgment so that you could invest privately in the startup as well. You will also be able to listen to several founders. The Droid Capital NFT typically invites founders to come and pitch toward to the community so that the community can make a decision whether to go ahead with the investment or not. Um, the funds that was needed to start the venture capital fund was raised way back in June 2022. Each of the NFT was sold for 3 Sol, and there were about 6,000 NFTs that were sold in June 2022. So, Droid Capital NFT has officially completed 1 year of its existence, and in June 2022, they were able to raise about $500,000, which will be used to invest in startups. So that's Droid Capital. So, what are the holder benefits that one can expect by holding Droid Capital NFT? So, Droid Capital NFT collection has already invested in 3 to 4 startups, and we are expecting the investment to be fruitful, say by mid or end of this year. So, some of those investments that have been made, those returns are expected to come sometime in middle of this year or by end of this year. Um, as we discussed earlier, the community gets to listen to pitch from the founders as to why they are looking for capital and how that capital will be utilized to um, grow the startup. The Droid Capital NFT, if locked for a year, earns Droid tokens. Now, those Droid tokens can be sold in the famous Fox's market. Now, what is a famous Fox market? It's a market on Solana where token holders would the token sellers would meet the token buyers, right? So famous Fox market connects buyers and sellers. And why would anybody buy a Droid token? A Droid token could be used to offset performance fees on their Droid Capital, the DeFi protocol. So DeFi protocol for Droid Capital. Droid Capital runs a DeFi protocol that's on option strategy. So one can invest some amount of money, one can invest money in a Droid Capital, a DeFi protocol, expecting some returns, expecting to make some returns. And once the returns are made, so there needs to be fees that needs to be paid to Droid Capital DeFi protocol. Now that fees could be offset by adjusting the Droid Capital tokens, the Droid tokens, sorry. And how do you earn Droid tokens? You earn Droid tokens by locking away your Droid Capital NFT. So if you lock your NFT for a year, you earn about 30 30 Droid tokens a day. And as I mentioned earlier, some of the investments made by the community would yield results maybe middle or by end of this year. And once that amount is generated, it is then the amount may be used to buy back the Droid tokens. So if you are holding Droid tokens and if you sell Droid tokens in the famous Fox's market, the amount that is generated by as in the form of returns from investing in startups, that amount could be used to buy the Droid tokens in famous Fox market, thereby benefiting the Droid token holders. So in conclusion, if you are looking to get some exposure to VC investing, you could consider buying a Droid NFT. Now, let me give a disclaimer that investing in NFTs is highly risky. Be prepared to lose all your money if you decide to invest in NFT. There are no regulations surrounding NFT investment, so it is very risky to buy an NFT and being part of the NFT ecosystem. So with that being said, how much is the value of Droid tokens right now? So if you are getting Droid tokens as part of locking your Droid Capital NFT, then you can expect to get around 6 to 12 cents. And this is a moving target that it keeps the value of the tokens keeps fluctuating based on the demand and supply in the market. If there is a lot of supply in the market, then you can expect the value of the tokens to go down. So somewhere around, if the demand is high, it can go all the way up to 12 cents. So you can expect to make 12 cents a day with the 30 Droid token emissions that you get on a daily basis. With that calculation in mind, you can expect to make about $2 to $4 a month per NFT. So currently there are no regulations, as I mentioned earlier. Currently there are no regulations that provides guidelines to invest NFT investing, both for the investors as well as the founders. Droid Capital has survived a year in NFT. And in a year in NFT world is equivalent to surviving 10 years because the changes happens so fast in the NFT world. Generally, NFTs are kind of startups trying to find product market fit in the market, and the expectation from NFT holders is that they start generating revenue from the very next day of the NFT release. So with that in mind, to have sustained and have remained in the NFT ecosystem for a year is in itself is a great achievement for Droid Capital. The community is great. Founder is very knowledgeable and is very transparent about the DAO funds, and and where the investments have been made, the complete breakup of investments, and the investments and the breakup of expenses is shared on a monthly basis on the in Discord. And finally, let's also look at the Droid NFT trading chart. So, as I mentioned earlier, Droid NFT was sold in the month of June for about 3 SOL. If you look at it, it's around 3 SOL that it was sold at, and around 6,000 NFT pieces were sold at this time. And then the price actually remained quite stable for a long period of time until sometime in March, where the price shot up all the way up to 17 SOL, from 3 SOL to 17 SOL. And that happened because, as I mentioned earlier, Droid Capital had cut out a deal with a startup to build their DeFi protocol as well, and the fees that was being made by DeFi protocol would be shared with the Droid DAO. And if you have watched my previous video on Crypto Digest, you would have seen the amount of volume that is traded on decentralized exchanges and DeFi protocols, Ethereum being the highest with about $26.8 billion of money being locked in DeFi protocols, in all of the DeFi protocols, and Solana is around $300 million. So we are experiencing quite a bit of trading volume in different DeFi protocols. And since Droid Capital NFT also has its own DeFi protocol, the assumption, the hope is that Droid Capital would make a lot of commission through the trading fees that the protocol generates. Having said that, the price from 17 SOL kind of dropped significantly over the last 3-4 months. From the month of January, it really picked up in 2023, but then since then it has been on a gradual decline. The reason being is that the Droid Capital NFT, but the DeFi collection, it was also meant to, sorry, DeFi protocol that was also meant to be opened up to public. Currently, the protocol is only available for people within the community. That is only for the Droid Capital NFT holders. I think the moment the protocol actually is open to public, then we would see another spike in price. So, in my opinion, it is a good time to get in. Having said that, as I mentioned earlier, a disclaimer: NFT investing in NFT is very risky. You have to be prepared to lose all your money because there is no regulation, and this is very it's a startup, and you are actually investing with the mindset of being a VC and looking at how certain protocols are doing and if they are disruptive in nature, right? And the upside is as good as being a venture capitalist. If one of these protocols tends to stay for next 4 to 5 years, you're looking at constant passive income that you would be receiving from the revenue that is being generated from the DeFi protocol, also from the startups that the Droid Capital DAO would be investing in future. So currently, the floor price as of recording this video, it stands at 4 SOL, 4.15 SOL, and if you look at it, a sign of a healthy ecosystem is that a healthy NFT collection is the number of people who are willing to sell their NFTs. So out of a collection of 6,000, only 121 NFTs are listed in the secondary market, which means close to 5,800 NFTs are kept in cold storage. People believe in this project, and they want to see this project successful. And as I mentioned earlier, the community is great. So That's about a Droid Capital NFT. Thank you very much for taking the time and watching my video. Uh, Please leave your comments and thoughts in the comment section. And until next time, thank you very much. And please do not forget to like and subscribe to this video. And also, if you find the content to be relevant, please feel free to share with your friends and family. And just before I leave, one last point is that if you are watching this video for the first time and you're not sure about what NFTs are and how to go about buying an NFT, then please do check out my previous videos. I have covered what NFTs are and how you can go about buying NFT from Solana. So with that being said, thank you very much for watching and have a great day. Thank you. Bye.